Hey, everybody, welcome to the Self-Guided Study Program here at Larchmont Charter School. Welcome. We're glad you are able to catch some of the information that we have to offer about this program. We're going to move right along for those of you that are viewing this recording right now. My name is Dave Dumond, and we have also our fellow teacher, Dina Mora, here, and Jackie Gonzalez is here, and we'll move along to the next slide. Okay, and we wanted to just ask this general question for anybody watching this, just to ask yourself, what interests you about this self-guided study program? We had our parents type this answer in our chat, and we'll keep moving forward. So what we're going to do is just talk a little bit, general overview about the program. We will introduce each of ourselves so that you know what your students, who are your students are working with, and then we will go on to a question and answer. All right, so first, the mission of Self-Guided Study Program here at Larchmont Charter School is very similar to the actual mission for our school, and that is that Larchmont Charter School strives to provide students with an exceptional public education that fosters creativity and academic excellence. The Self-Guided Study Program is rigorous, and the learning opportunities are independent. They're in a virtual learning setting, and it also includes curriculum that is online, that is not necessarily aligned with our in-person classes at Larchmont Charter School, but it is based on the same state-adopted content standards that we do use in person in our classes. So first, to start with me, I am Dave Dumond. I actually am a musician, and I have been a music teacher for quite a number of years at the elementary level and the middle school level. And I've been at Larchmont Charter since 2008. First as a parent, I had two boys come through Larchmont Charter School, but then I began teaching music at our middle school campus back in 2013. I started with the SGS program and advising high school students just last year in 2021 fall. And I currently also fulfill the role of outreach and communications coordinator at Larchmont Charter School. And if you haven't been to C&O Cucina in West LA, you gotta go. Good Italian spot.
Hi, my name is Dina Mora. I am our TK through 8th grade cohort teacher. I have my bachelor's in child and adolescent development, as well as a master's in curriculum development and instruction, and a multiple subject teaching credential. I love school. That's why I'm here. So this is my 16th year in education and my second year at Larchmont. I was lucky enough to come in at the start of the SGS program. I have been teaching online for a few years. I've been lucky enough to teach all over the world. I've taught in the United States, all around the country, as well as in China, Canada, and Argentina. And in my spare time, when I am not with students, I love reading, cooking, dancing, and comedy, although my students will let you know that dancing and comedy are maybe not my strengths, but I do enjoy them. I also am an aspiring children's author. I've written a couple books, and I love sharing them with the students. Not only is it fun for me, but I think it also shows them that you can absolutely achieve your goals and meet your dreams. And it's something I really love sharing with them. I think it creates a really nice bond between us as well.
All right. Hey, my name is Jackie Gonzalez, and I went to UCLA and I got a bachelor's in linguistics and Spanish. I have been with Larchmont since 2008, and I've worked in all of the campuses and in various roles. But this year I have various roles again, but I am the special projects coordinator for the network office, and for the the SGS program, I'm the student support coordinator. In my spare time, I like taking photos. I love photography, and I love listening to podcasts. And I'm currently working on a master's in speech and language pathology at San Diego State University. So hopefully that will come in soon. Myra couldn't be here, but she is also part of the SGS team. So I'm just going to read off some of her achievements. So she got a bachelor's of science and a master's in science in education from the University of Southern California. She's also been with Larchmont since 2007 as the assistant principal at the Holly Wolf campus. And she is a Larchmont parent. She has 3 students that one that graduated and 2 that are currently at the LFP campus, our high school. She is currently, her title, the Senior Director of Learning and Support Services at LCS. And she loves eating and pretending she can tolerate spicy food. All right, other support staff that we have for our SGS program that students have access to is the guidance counselors at the LFP high school campus, Mr. Edwin Coe, Ms. Grace Lee, and Mr. Miguel Alvarez, depending on the grade they're in. These would be their designated guidance counselors. We also have a great program called the Scholar Circle, and it's just a group of peer tutors. And Mr. Danielo is the staff in charge of kind of managing that program along with the student tutors.
So why SGS? Some of our program highlights include we offer the same quality and rigorous curriculum that you would encounter in an in-person learning setting. However, we have a flexible schedule. That's one thing that our students really appreciate, is they do the same amount of work, but they can do it at, not necessarily at their leisure, but they can do it in the time that works best for their personal schedule. Just like with our on-campus students, we also offer college and career counseling for our high school students, and our students are invited to engage in all of our campus events and extracurriculars. We recently hosted an on-campus Halloween event that I know a few of our students went to. We also provide access to Chromebooks, headphones, and hotspots. If your student is working online, we know that they need access to this technology, and we make sure that we provide those items for you. We have small group settings for each of our different grade level cohorts where they meet as a group with either their grade level or sometimes multiple grade levels together. But we also do personalized check-ins with your student's teacher. They will meet with the teacher as well as with other academic advisors as needed. Another benefit is that our program is fully online. Students have complete access to everything at their fingertips whenever they need, whether that be at home, if they're traveling for sports, for a family event, wherever you are, you will have access to your coursework. Along with that, our work is self-paced. We have deadlines in terms of semester ends that follow our Larchmont calendar. However, students complete their work in the pace that fits best for them. And as often as possible, we provide an individualized academic program that can be accelerated or slowed down to make sure that we're fostering student success and meeting each of our students' needs. Where our students also have access, as we mentioned, to the peer tutoring of Scholar Circle and also to any school meals. Any service that is provided to our on-campus students is provided to our SGS students as well. And then here is a picture of one of our Halloween celebrations. As you can see, we still try and bring all of the fun that you encounter on campus. We want to make sure that our students have that same rigorous academic schedule, but also that they do get time to interact with their peers and have fun together and build that classroom community together.
All right, so I think a great question to ask in determining if the SGS program is the right program for your student. Some of these we've developed some of the student characteristics that we think would be a good fit for a virtual setting. So does your student thrive in a non-traditional school environment? I know in the past, during the pandemic, some students really thrived in the distance learning setting. So if that was your student, then maybe this is a good fit for your student. Are they self-motivated with effective time management skills? Does your student want flexibility in their learning schedule? Maybe they participate in some sort of sport that requires them to travel, and they want that flexibility. Are they an effective communicator? Does your student have strong independent study habits? Do they have a designated distraction-free space for learning at home? Because that's important. Do they participate in extracurricular activities during the typical school hours? And again, looking for the flexibility because of that. Are they seeking an accelerated course load? So not every student is going to have all of these kind of descriptors, but if your student has some of this, you know, it might be the right fit in the right program for your student.
So as we've mentioned, SGS is fully online, which means that we use a variety of different online platforms. We do also, in some of our grades, particularly TK through 5th grade, have hands-on activities that students can participate in, science experiments, art projects, and any materials that are required for that, we also provide. So with our kindergarten through 8th grade students, we use programs such as iReady, which targets reading and math skills, MobyMax, which has lessons where students can watch videos to get their lessons and participate in interactive lessons and assignments. That is the same for Raz Kids and Brain Pop. MobyMax has all of our subjects, whereas Raz Kids focuses on reading. We use Brain Pop primarily for social studies, but I know some of our students take advantage of it and they watch videos on all different subjects that are separate from our current curriculum or even necessarily their grade level standards for the year. But a lot of these platforms also give them the opportunity to learn a little bit more in areas that they're interested in. We have Quill for our writing and Duolingo, which a few of our students were already using. So we added that in as something they can use to practice. We're currently learning Spanish this year. However, it can be available for other languages. And Freckle we use for math. With our 9th through 12th graders, they use Edgenuity. That is their main platform that has access to all of their courses. That's where they get all of their work. They use Google Classroom and Student Square as well, which we use in all grade levels, because that's how we use our communication. Student Square is a new app that we launched this year, which has revolutionized the way that we can communicate with students. It's really wonderful. And so they can easily communicate with us as well. So the main core of our high school students' academic work is Edgenuity, but we do also want to make sure that we have ways to connect with them throughout the week when they're not logged into Zoom.
So what does a day in the life of a student in this SGS program look like? Well, it's going to vary at the different grade levels, but generally speaking, there are weekly Zoom meetings just based on which grade level they are working in. They will have weekly one-on-one sessions over Zoom that essentially are check-ins and help to answer questions that they might have, any other needs that a student might have. They also can count on daily independent work on Edgenuity or on some of those other tech platforms that Dina just mentioned, or in their workbooks, which is not necessarily at the high school level, but again, it is more at the elementary and middle school levels. And then, of course, we do have community builders over Zoom in group meetings. And so we might do some activities with our students online on Zoom, just to get their brain gears turning and get them ready for the week and into their schoolwork for the week. Weekly meetings, as you can see, TK through third happen 5 days a week, usually in the mornings. 4th through 6th, 3 to 4 days a week. 7th and 8th, a little bit less, 3 days a week. And then 9th through 12th, we have weekly meetings, 2 days a week. Monday, usually at the beginning of the week, is a group meeting. And then later on in the week, Thursday or Friday, we have a one-on-one check-in with high school students. And then, as you can see below that, language arts, math, social studies, sciences. These are all of the core subject material that they can count on spending time in daily. And you can see the number of minutes. And that really depends on the grade level. It depends on exactly what they are enrolled in for each grade level. So as was mentioned before, they do need a computer, laptop, PC. Tablet does work for TK through 2nd grade, such as an iPad or something similar. They should have headphones and, of course, a stable internet connection so that they can be on Zoom, they can be on their online curriculum. And then we do provide these for free if they are needed. Many of our students do have their own technology at home that they use and they prefer to use, and that's okay too.
So you may be asking yourself, if my student is learning at home, what parent support will I need to provide? So this varies depending on our student age group, but these are some tips of what all of our students need support with. Number one is organization. All of our students, regardless of their grade, they are still learning, they're still students, they need help getting organized. We ask that you help your student to create a daily or weekly to-do list and give them an idea of what type of schedule they will truly be looking at to help them ensure that they're meeting each of their goals in all of their courses. We also ask that you help ensure that your student attends their scheduled Zoom meetings. Most of our students find success in both of these things pretty quickly, but in the beginning, they might need reminders because it is a different setting than they may be used to. Please regularly check your students' course progress. That is available depending on their platform, either directly through a parent portal, or you will receive updates from your student's teacher. But it's always great to check in with your student as well and ask them what they're working on, how they're doing, and they typically love to share what they're working on. Please remind your student to regularly check their SGS page on Google Classroom or on Student Square, where their teachers are communicating with them. And then most importantly, celebrate your students' achievements. Our students are working really hard, not only on their coursework, but on learning how to be organized, self-motivated, and get these things done in a setting that they may not be used to, especially for our older students who have gone through traditional schooling for such a long time. So we absolutely want to make sure that we're celebrating our students' achievements and the success that they find.
All right, attendance. So even though this is like a self-paced program, virtual program, there are still some attendance requirements that need to be met. And so we calculate these in 2 parts. So our 2-part attendance system involves the independent work progression that they do through their online platforms. So we want them engaging in the platforms on a daily basis and completing the work on a daily basis. And the second component would be the weekly Zoom meetings that they are required to attend as well. So that includes the class meetings, the morning meetings, any counselor check-ins count for the attendance as well, or any maybe check-ins that they have through their Google Classrooms. And those two are calculated to ensure that they are getting attendance for the week. Enrollment expectations. So we, students participating in this SGS program are expected to remain in the program for a full year based on the master agreement. And this is noted in the master agreement that everyone has to sign when joining the SGS program. And then we hope that every student is successful in the program, but if it is determined that the program is not a good fit for a student, then the appropriate steps will be taken to return the student to either an in-person setting or an alternative setting.
So this week, we asked some of our students what they have to say about being in the SGS program. And these are some of the highlights of the benefits that they shared. Schoolwork is completed more efficiently than on campus. It's less stressful because it's self-paced. You can wake up whenever you want and do other activities you like to do. Although I will add a caveat, we do have scheduled Zoom meetings, so maybe not whenever they want. We get to discuss what we are interested in, and we only need to spend about 3 to 5 hours a day doing homework and class. Unlike a traditional school setting, our students are not necessarily logged in for as long. On campus, students are given time for breaks, recess in the lower grades, or nutrition break in older grades, lunch, things like that, which require them to be on campus for longer amounts of time. Because our students are typically at home or engaging in other activities, they are only counting their school time as school. And so for them, it feels a lot shorter, only 3 to 5 hours a day where they're doing homework, and that can be spread out depending on their schedule. And finally, you can be on vacation and still be in class or doing homework, which is a great benefit. We've had students travel, whether it be for sports, for a family vacation, any reason that you might not be at home, you can still log in, you can still get into your classes, and everything is available to them, which is great. Plus, we always enjoy when our students are on vacation and tell us about what they're doing during class.
Okay, so thank you guys, and thank you to all who are watching this. We just want to direct you to the following emails and people in case you do have any more questions. Myra Salinas oversees the SGS program. Jackie, you can reach her, and Dina and myself at our email addresses. So please feel free to reach out if you would like more information on the SGS program here at Larchmont Charter School. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.